People, so if you saw the preview for episode 806 of One Piece, it's kind of obvious when pretty much nearing the conclusion of the Luffy versus Cracker fight, and in 2 weeks we got the 1 hour special, Luffy versus Sanji. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on the fight as a whole and pretty much the recent episode we just got. And there's an argument that's been made ever since this fight was in the manga, where Luffy having such a difficult time with Cracker, and the reason Luffy right now is having any kind of success is because Nami's there with the Vivica to back him up. So, which is true, but at the same time you can flip the argument, which I'll do in this video. So to start off with, it's kind of obvious if you're anime onlys and you don't read the manga, you got to be thinking right now, what's going on? Luffy having this much difficulty against Cracker, a Yonko commander, and by the way, you still have 2 more to go. There's 2 factors to take into this fight and what we may expect down the road. So right now, this is pretty much bordering on endurance right now because Luffy, his strategy is to munch down the biscuits because obviously right now he needs to replenish his energy by eating and finding out the biscuits. That's why Luffy's gone around acting like Pac-Man this episode. At the same time, when Luffy tries to take a bite of obviously one of the Cracker soldiers or the biscuit soldiers in this case, Luffy can't bite it because it's too hard because Cracker's using his haki to infuse it with. So obviously that's why the reason why Luffy's having such a hard time. Cracker's running low on energy because he's producing multiple. I think it's kind of obvious he's using haki to bring out the Crackers because he's using so much haki. He's wearing himself out, so it's coming down to endurance. Remember, Law kind of revealed when Luffy used Pound Man against Doflamingo in Dressrosa, Luffy was using way too much haki. So that was type of foreshadowing and is introduced by Oda because obviously there has to be limitations with these broken devil fruit users. We get introduced to 2 new characters when it comes to the Yonko commanders. So that's going to play a factor down the road, I'm pretty sure. So obviously the power scale would just be broke if there was no limitations whatsoever. So he can't eat anymore because he's filling himself up. So obviously there has to be a breaking point. Next week is that breaking point. Luffy is it's kind of the spoiling the Tank Man mode in Gear 4. So obviously that's the second form in Gear 4. You have Pound Man already, or Bounce Man. And now we have Tank Man. Okay, but people are making us, okay, Nami's there to provide support. Luffy can't deal with this by himself, which is true, but at the same time, and Cracker does literally state, this girl's a nuisance because obviously finding the rain clouds to soften up the biscuit so Luffy can munch him down without a problem. So and here's the thing, if Nami's such a problem, why can't Cracker deal with Nami first, then deal with Luffy? And if your answer's like, oh, okay, because she has the homies backing him up, well, are you implying that these homies are strong enough to deal with the Yonko commander? We've seen these homies been knocked out by Conqueror's haki already. So that's all Cracker has to do. So I don't think it's just a simple case where she can just Cracker could just deal with that. He has to deal with Luffy. And by the way, here's the thing, okay? It's literally stated that the reason why he has this biscuit soldier is because he can't take a direct hit because he can't deal with pain. Yes, he got punched by Luffy, but if you remember, Luffy was maxed out anyway. Had that been Gear 4, I'm pretty sure that would have been a KO. A full scale of what Luffy can do against the commander pretty soon, because right now, no spoilers, but Luffy's dealing with a second Yonko commander in the mirror world, right? So you would think, okay, Luffy can't deal with this one-on-one. Well, we're going to find out. So I'm banking on the fact that Luffy's having difficulty because of his armor and haki. And again, in the manga, it was implied because he dealt with Cracker for 11 hours, and a lot of people assume that he went back into Gear 4 multiple times. Here's the problem, okay? If Luffy had done that, just look at the effect it would have had on Luffy. He would not be able to walk. He went into Gear 4 multiple times. Just look at the effect it had already. He would not be able to move. And yeah, I get the fact that Luffy was shielded by Nami, but listen, okay, there's only so much Nami could have done. And like I said, and the homies are such a problem, why doesn't Cracker take care of them? So, and the biscuit soldiers take care of him, right? So I don't think he's gone multiple times in the Gear 4. I think that would be way too broken on the part of the Yonko commander. So it makes sense why Luffy's having this much difficulty because of the biscuit soldiers, okay? Yes, Cracker did pierce Gear 4 Luffy on his arm, which is something that Doflamingo could not do. Like I said, that may be infused with haki, and if that's the case, remember what Doflamingo sucked at. It was armor and haki, right? That's the reason why he lost, because when he used God Thread with his final attack, obviously because he got through, because Doflamingo sucked at using armor and haki, didn't work. So that's another aspect you have to take in consideration. Like haki limitations. And some people are better with armor and haki than others. I'll give you a prime example. Virgo, a lot of people would say Virgo is better at using haki than Doflamingo. Does it mean he's stronger? Hell no. So there's that to take into consideration as well. So, by the way, just pointing out, in next week's episode, we got Gear 4 being introduced with Tankman now. And right now, we have another fight with Luffy versus another commander. Second mode, Gear 4. That's all I'll say. Second mode, Gear 4. That's all I'll say. So, the Cracker versus Luffy fight. Tankman being revealed. Then Luffy's going to find his way to Sanji. We have the 1 hour special with the brand new opening. So, obviously, Nami's... And the thing about this, okay, is you can't deal with this without Nami's support. Well, which may be the case, but at the same time, figure out we don't really see Nami in 1v1 fights very often. In fact, it's very rare. Okay, we see her in skirmishes and she puts in the work, yeah. But when it comes to like stuff like this, so if she is going to put in the work, I kind of prefer it when she's backing up Luffy. We don't really see that very often. We see it when she's with the rest of the Straw Hats, but not with Luffy by himself. So I kind of appreciated that because in this arc they're actually doing more with Nami than they're doing in the manga. Because like she was avoiding hits to buy Luffy time when it came to regaining his haki. So I appreciated the support that Nami's given to Luffy. Plus, she obviously acknowledges Luffy as the king of pirates because even though it was a gag when Luffy was munching down the biscuits, Nami's kind of saying, oh, Luffy's appetite has no limits. He will become king of the pirates. So obviously he can munch down all these biscuits to save Sanji. And he wills himself on by the end of the episode. And I think that's the second time in this arc she stated that Luffy become king of the pirates. Obviously when Luffy munched down, ate the poisoned fish, Nami was right by his side. It's pretty much stated that he will become king of the pirates. And now in this episode, and it's not the first Nakama we've seen say that. We've seen Zoro say it twice. We've seen Sanji say it, and we've seen Usopp say it. This wasn't just about Nami and Luffy against Cracker. It was also about Sanji, and I guess with Reiju patching him up with the reconstructive mask down, but obviously he still has that bruising. So when he tries to touch it, he's still in pain. So obviously, Reiju pretty much states, "Oh, this is all I can do to help you out. You're pretty much on your own right now," which I don't really buy, but whatever. Where did you get your code to never hit women? And we get a flashback of obviously Zeph teaching them never to hit women no matter what. So obviously his two main principles of only using his hands for cooking, never fighting. Obviously his code to never hit women came from Zeph. So that makes sense. And the fact that Luffy has now is confirmed that Luffy has multiple modes in Gear 4 may play a role in the next chapter in One Piece. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you did appreciate that. Comment down the thoughts about what you think is going to happen next. When anime only is, of course, and when it comes, I suppose if you're manga readers as well, what are your thoughts about the upcoming chapter? Do you think it's possible we'll get a third mode in Gear 4 from Luffy? So, subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Bye.